Okay, it's hard to pick a favorite, but her fairy her fairy bleh. Okay guys, today I am once again going to be talking about an author that is not as well known and someone that I think deserves so much recognition because her books are so good, and there's a lot of different genres, a lot of different ideas that she's presenting that I just really like. So this would be Kate Stradling, and I found her on Kindle Unlimited, and I have read all of her books except one, which I just haven't gotten to yet because with BookTube and Bookstagram, I am very active on Bookstagram. Follow me, Gwendolyn_Ransom. But I have been way more busy than I thought, plus 2 kids. So I will say Kate Stradling's books are amazing. I love that she writes really different kind of books, but they're all really well done. So her books run the gamut of like a kind of a sci-fi fantasy. She's got fairy tale retelling. She's got original kind of mashup fairy tales. And then she also has a dystopian series that is really good as well. So let's talk about her. My favorite book, okay, it's hard to pick a favorite, but her fairy tale retelling of The Little Mermaid is probably one of my most favorite fairy tale retellings because it's come at from a totally different angle. If you've read the original Hans Christian Andersen Little Mermaid, it's dark. It's real dark. And it's not my favorite, but this book is coming at it from, so in the original fairy tale, The Little Mermaid she saves the prince and he can't communicate with her. She doesn't have a voice, obviously. So he believes that he's found this other woman who is actually the one who saved him, and he ends up marrying her. Well, in this book, we are told the story from that woman's perspective, and she did kind of save him. She didn't pull him from the water, but she found him on the beach, and what happens. And like they actually knew each other and had a relationship, and there's all these things that are set up, and you're seeing it from the perspective of the Little Mermaid being the villain, kind of, as in she's, she happens to pull this guy out of the water, and then she feels that she has this claim to him, and it's creepy. And it's so good because it's just, I love Disney Little Mermaid, like one of my favorite movies, but I love when a fairy tale makes you think about like, oh wow, think about it from that perspective. Like, this is creepy. This mermaid pulled him out of the water and now feels like he's hers, and she's gonna go claim his heart, like, and make him marry her. Like, that's weird. So I love that. It's called Brine and Bone. It is so good. The relationship, like the romance is a little bit more, I would say, like young, like, I don't know, it's not middle school, but it's, it's YA, and that's, it was cutesy, but I just love the idea of it. It's so good. So she also has, stretch. Okay, so she has another story called Namesake that's very good. I recommend. That's more of a sci-fi fantasy. This girl is transported into another time, and I can't like talk about it too much without giving stuff away, but she passes through a portal, and she is trying to save these people that need help, and they're from the past. So anyway, that's a really great one. Legendary Igne is amazing. It's about a girl who slaughters this fantastical beast. She saves some knights, and the king brings her back, and because she's cut her hair short, and at the time she's trying to just survive, a lot of bad things have happened to her. He knows she's a girl, but he tells the entire court that she's a boy, and he's going to adopt her because of this amazing feat she's performed in killing this mystical beast. And like, of course, hijinks ensue, but it's so good. And it's like, there's so much to that story other than just what I've said, and it's all really good. I really like that story. The other ones, the dystopian ones are A Boy Named Hawk, or A Boy Called Hawk, A Rumor of Real Irish Tea, and Oliver and Victus, I think. I'll put them here. I read all of them. They're good. It is going to be a little bit darker. It's dystopian. It's dealing with kids who have special abilities. They've all been rounded up, taken from their parents. And in the first book, some of them escape, and how they're, being dealt with in this system, in this dystopian future where their powers are either used for the government, or if they're too strong, they're basically taken somewhere and not heard of, again. So I recommend. It's a great series. The other ones are going to be Goldmane, which is a fairy tale. It's also equally like as good as the other books, super fun. And then a series, the first one being, oh crap, Court of Ruses, and then Court of, okay, I know one of them is Court of Ruses, I believe. The other one is Court of something. I don't remember what it is. I'll put them here, but I read them both. So Court of Ruses, I believe, is the first book. I hope that's the right title. And I love this book. It's very fun. It's totally YA. It's so it's just cute. But there's a family that has run everything for a while. They run this kingdom, and they have the power to rule because they are servants of this prince, this great prince, and who has this almost godlike immortality. Well, come to find out, this person doesn't exist. They use magic to basically animate a dummy into looking like human, and he's this figurehead that nobody can see because he's how they get their power to rule. And one day the girl, the princess of this family, goes and gets the magic to, they have to go retrieve magic and bring it back to animate this dummy to go to a council meeting, because every once in a while he has to be seen in order for the legend to go on that he exists and he's giving them this right to rule. Well, she meets somebody on the way who happens to know what she's doing, follows her back and takes the place of the dummy, and then look, here's the real prince. He's alive. He's suddenly talking and having all these own ideas, and of course that causes problems. So it's just a fun concept, and it's actually very well done. I like the book, and I like the sequel. The sequel doesn't follow the same characters, which was they're in it, but they're not the main, which kind of was a bummer to me because I really like those characters. Introduces a new character who is also having this magic enter her life suddenly and having to deal with it. Magic is not very well known. It was very secretive. Only the royal family had access, and then suddenly this commoner gets access to this magic. So those are some Kate Stradling's books. Like I said, I've read all except one, Suit and Slipper, I think, but I will get to it soon. So I highly recommend this author. I love her books. I think so underrated, and it's unfortunate because her stuff is just she can write anything, and it's very well done. So I recommend, if you get a chance to read her books, definitely get Kindle Unlimited. They're all in there for free. Let me know what you think, and I hope we can talk more in the comments. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Bye.